good working with these people because I've been through all of these experiences. I don't teach on anything that I haven't lived myself and that I don't know personally. I also don't deliver any type of training to the public that wasn't given to me directly from Spirit and channeled exactly the way that I was told to reteach it. What I'm very meticulous about in my PSC method and training is that everyone learns how to handle not only spirits in the light and energy from the light, but also negative and lower energies, because without that maintenance of both worlds, it will become overwhelming. The Ivy League Psychic Academy is unique. Classes are available all year long, online, through download. We are not seasonal. Doors are always open.
So welcome, everybody. I'm Ivy Rivera. I'm a psychic medium. I own the Ivy League Psychic Academy. We've been here for about 6 years. What you're catching in here today is a level 1 psychic mediumship class. These students are learning how to give a 15-minute professional reading to the public. So we appreciate you being open and showing gratitude. Now, you're not going to give them information per se, but if you can say yes, amen, hallelujah, thank you, okay? Give them some voice vibration when you understand what they're saying. They will be switching between probably about 10 to 12-minute readings, allowing you to ask some questions during that time also. And we have Jen and Lisa, assistant teachers in training, who will also be sitting in with you, shadowing me and helping along, okay? And we're going to branch off and get the readings started. You're going to allow yourself to feel from their energy where you're pulled, where you're being directed. You're not going to know why you want to go to her. You just feel you do. So you're going to go to her. The brilliant thing about this, it's really quite phenomenal, is that Spirit will balance it so that you're giving her as equal amount of time as you're giving her. Okay, but it will go back and forth.
The gender I'm getting is boy, and it's like he's very firm, like, well, I want to be here now. What's best? I'm really not, like, he's firm, like, I am not caring what's really like, I want to be here now. Like, it's very, very stubborn.
So this is what's interesting. Her last reading, I was with her, and that was the last thing they wanted to talk about was the kid waiting to come in.
Okay.
Okay, so that was over there just a second ago. So this is coming up for you again, all right? Now, what you're going to want to say to her is, there is a child that is ready to come through. If this is not the best time for you, okay, you're going to want to be mindful of that. And if you are open to having that experience, then just know that it would be...
This is first ever.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're not careful, it's going to happen immediately. Okay. And that's how they are. So sometimes what we're doing as the medium is we're getting the baby to slow it down and halt for a second and wait until it's like the best time. But really the responsibility is going to fall on her. Okay, but you are letting her know this is going to happen anywhere from now to the next, well, intensely within the next 9 months. But also with 6 to 9 months is the most intense option to do this. So again, instead of, I don't know if you have something going on. No. You have something going on in relationship. You have something going on in work. Your grandfather is saying, this is what he said to me was help yourself. This is what he said to her was, do what you need to do.
Yeah, and he said he's here for you as you navigate life's path. You tend to wear your heart in your sleep, but pick up, keep plowing through.
Keep plowing through.
So people come to me with all different kinds of struggles, primarily missing those that have crossed over to the other side, feeling like there's a void between them. I bridge those gaps. I'm a psychic medium, I'm a clairvoyant. I'm going to be getting information about your past, your present, your future. I'm not going to go to the past unless I feel like it's affecting things in your life right now. I'm also an empath, so I'm going to get flashes and images that come off of you that would pertain to important situations and relationships that are going on in your life right now that will be affecting your future. The rest of the time, the majority of the time, what I'm going to be doing is channeling from the other side. That's your angels, your guides, your loved ones, your pets. That part I don't control. So if there were people you were hoping to hear from, you'd want to start thinking on them at this time. They'll automatically come through, start talking about different things that are going on in your life right now.
I'm interested, if you could, to hear from my cousin Amber.
Amber. When I'm going over here with Amber, I'm feeling almost like impact. I feel like it feels like tragic. and it feels to me like quick. It also feels like a lot of hustle and bustle around the time of her passing, and like things are a bit frantic, meaning also that like people were frantic or people didn't know what to do, okay? People didn't know how to handle it. She says that at that time, I actually wasn't, okay? So she said I was very calm. I was actually at peace, and I was not altogether there in my body. So she said I was a bit detached, and where else would you want to be at a time like that? Okay, she said this was easier for me than it was for some people.
My cousin passed away in February. She overdosed, and she was only 26. I just asked her if my cousin's been around me, her energy's been with me. She confirmed it has been, and it's just awesome to know that she's with me, trying to direct me in the right way.
It feels like they're so negative in their thinking that they can't get beyond, okay? They can't get beyond the circumstances that had occurred. And so there's a certain amount of negativity, and she said, I can't visit if it's going to be a negative visit. I'm not allowed. She said, I'm giving you strength to make some of the decisions that you need to make. Because going forward, sometimes you seem a little tired. You seem a little like you're crawling. Okay? Now, what questions do you have, or what would you like for me to further develop here?
Probably more on the love aspect, because I just need some more insight. I don't know if the people from my past are people that I need to stop going back to and look for someone I've never met before.
Here's what I'm hearing. Don't look at all.
Oh.
Okay? At this point, it's about allowing it to come to you.
Okay.
And it's about believing it when it shows up.
Okay.
So it's not that you also at that time need to try to undo what you did in the past, which was kind of trying to control it or asking a lot of questions or trying to make sure, overanalyzing it. I don't know if you Virgo in your chart in a heavy way, but you seem to have a little bit of overanalyzation going on, especially in the love life. And what seems to happen is that it could put a bit of a damper on things. I feel this person laughing it off anyways, but I'm saying like let that go. It would appear that it would be best for you to not be reaching back into your past anymore. What I actually feel here for you is like a clogged filter energetically, where you're spending time. There is one person in particular who comes up in your past who I feel you would like to see change, or to have it continue, or to have it be something more than what it is.
Yes.
And while you wait on this person, it is sending out a certain message to the universe and to all the other potential contestants here that you are unavailable. It actually will read to the average individual as you being married or like off the market. And they won't logically understand. They won't energetically be able to understand, even if you're there in front of them and you're saying that you're single. They can't reason with that. So a fear sets in, and what they start to experience is the fear of rejection. Okay, automatically, because that's the highest likelihood. If you're tied up in something else, you're really not ready to move forward. So what I feel, we do a class here called Relationships, Boundaries, and Cord Cutting. That class would be great for you to take. Not just to help you to understand how to forgive and let go and look at the lessons and say, oh, thank you for that. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for those lessons. I now identify that that's what you were to me. Okay, that's wonderful. I forgive you for that. I'm grateful for this. I'm moving forward. It's not just about that. It's also that some of these are a little bit more intense than others. And for some of them, if there is past life connection, you may need to do a little bit of cord cutting.
Right.
It will help you to ease into this future-free space without having them clogged up in your energy field. It would not be wise to keep going back at this time, okay?
Gotcha. Ivy mentioned that I was going to find love, that I don't need to like look for it per se, but it's gonna find me, and that I just need to believe in it and allow it to happen. There is a guy from my past that I used to work with that I've been holding on to for years, and I'm not sure that that is the best scenario for me. I don't think that he's a positive figure in my future, and I question this. And Ivy basically said that we might have some sort of past life connection, but she doesn't see us really making it. That I need to sometimes stop looking behind me in the rearview mirror and just let it go.
Was there some stone left unturned? No, just keep, okay, the time clock is not up. So just keep moving forward. You did what needed to be done and you handled it well, okay? It was such a pleasure working with you. Thank you. So if there were people that you were hoping to hear from, you'd want to start thinking on them at this time. I have a child here. Did you lose a child?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and was this a boy?
Yes.
Okay, and do you also have a boy living currently?
Girl.
A girl. Okay. So here's what's going on. I have your son coming through, talking about your daughter coming through almost as a son. Is your daughter very dominant?
Very.
Little forceful? She's so I have your son coming through here talking about your daughter as sort of being a little bit of a tomboy, having a very strong sense of where she's headed, possibly manipulative even at times. I feel like with you and with, he's saying the staff, which makes me feel like I might be talking about school. Your son is talking about her as being your support system and each of you carrying each other. And he says that he's with both of you, okay, all the time, quite literally. He seems to go back and forth between the worlds constantly throughout the day. Lately, he says that he's been very busy. He says that he always knew, okay, how you loved him and that you're proud of him. I feel like you say this to him a lot. Do you know how much I love you? Do you know how much I love you? Do you hear me? Do you know? And he says that you guys have a good working communication and that he is well aware, okay?
I didn't know about all of this stuff until I lost my son. You know, like when we're in high school, we should be taught about death and where our people go. They don't teach us about none of this, you know, nothing. And this is like real life. And people struggle and people think, oh, you know, my mom died and now she's gone and she's just dead. Well, my mom was gone for 10 years before my son died, and I didn't even know that she was like hanging out with me every day. If I knew that, I would have been talking to her. Are you kidding me? Like I talk to her, of course, but not like I do now. Like she's here with me every day, just like my son. Like this is what we need to be taught about, and it's, you know, thank God for people like Ivy who is bringing like awareness to all this stuff. You know, this is like the big picture.
Okay, because they say it's a school. It's like some kind of
It is a school, yes.
Okay. That one, what I'm feeling for this is a lot of excitement. A lot of energy, almost like an attempt to want to bulldoze or push forward, coming in. And I feel like there's a ton of fulfillment that can come from this. I don't know if you've been nervous. I feel like maybe worried about exactly what direction, okay, or what if this one's like on the streets, or what if this one is put in dangerous situations. I feel so confident that this is part of this one's life contract and life work. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That things like that don't even matter. As long as this one is where he's supposed to be. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So much good going on with this, and what it'll branch out into. That we will see prosperity from this for the rest of his life. Okay, so I feel great about that.
He's going to be becoming a police officer.
Yeah, it looks great.
As well, okay? So when you look at people who work really well together in a situation like that, you kind of have two different personalities, okay? You've got your leader and then you've got not your follower per se, but they'll, you know, just sometimes really step up and change the tune. I think it's something worth you guys looking at. When I'm going over here with your father, he makes me feel like you spent a lot of time
To do this. Okay. There's talk of you building a foundation for your life. Right about now, I see you laying the bricks. She says you lay those bricks real tight. No gaps, no holes. Perfect laying of a foundation. And it's gonna be about a 3 to 4 year process, but you're going up, okay? And you're really building something that will last you the rest of your life. Do you have 2 kids? Or are you interested in bringing in 2?
We have 2 kids.
You already have the 2? Is one a boy and one a girl? Okay, I feel like when I'm going over here with them, I feel like blessings on them. I feel like the boy's sometimes sitting and you're like, what is he doing? And he's not saying a whole lot, and then all of a sudden there's a whole lot of action. And you kind of realize he was thinking on something, okay? And then here we go. With her, I feel like it's more steady, a steady stream of predictability, but a lot of high energy. I feel like her also smart in communication, writing, journalism, okay? Communicating out to the people, manipulating the people, getting the people to do what needs to be done. She reminds me of you, where it would be good for her to go into politics. I don't know if she's a Gemini or what, if that's in her chart somewhere, but it's like manipulating other people to get things to go where what would be highest and best for the general public. I also feel like environmental causes. I feel like with your son, he's also very in tuned, okay? And so he feels for animals, he feels for the environment, he feels for people in suffering and injustices, and it could sometimes make him a little rough. Like, I'm protecting myself, so I'm gonna act like I don't care, or I'm gonna be angry. Okay.
She asked if I had a boy and a girl, and I do. And my boy is the emotional one, and he's going to do big things, and I feel that as well. And my daughter is she's a thinker, and she's just trying to keep up with, you know, her own mind. She's trying to do everything very fast, and just trying to like catch up with her brother almost. And she's going to be a very big, like, political figure maybe, or running companies or doing something like that. And it's funny, even them being so little, we kind of feel that ourselves as parents.
I do have a gentleman who comes through, makes me feel more like a dad. I want to say watching over you, bringing in protection, making sure that you're dotting your I's, crossing your T's on things like the vehicle. I almost feel like I'm looking at like a black SUV or like a bigger vehicle. And it makes me feel like he's trying to also not just watch out for your security, but I feel like tuck you in at night, bringing you peace of mind at night. He says that sometimes you need a little bit of help getting to sleep or a sleep aid, and it's almost like you have to be kind of knocked out, okay? Otherwise your wheels will turn. And so he's trying to help you have peace so that, let's say you didn't have a sleep aid, okay? That your mind would be able to process. It makes me feel like he's trying to teach you lucid dreaming techniques, okay? To have control with your mind, the things that you're thinking about as you doze off and go to sleep.
Hi everybody, Ivy the Medium coming to you from the Ivy League Psychic Academy, inviting you to join us at Walk-In Night here on Main and Harlem in Williamsville. Come and experience healers and readers of the Ivy League Psychic Academy, both students and graduates. For just $10, you get 2 tickets. You can get 2 readings, 2 healings. Come and peruse the spiritual shop. We will have orograph readers, psychic mediums, tarot, astrology, numerology, paranormal consults, and pet readings. Hope to see you there.
Hi, I am wondering if there's a move in the future, like long distance.
A long distance move for you. What's your name?
Roxanne.
Roxanne? It feels to me like you could. I feel you're being pulled to 2 different areas. So I almost want to say like more of a tropical or nicer climate, okay, nicer weather. And then I feel you being pulled, it almost feels to me like west. I'm trying to find a way to say this. I was hoping you were single. So that works. I see you being involved with somebody. And I see them being part of this move. Okay, so it would appear that whether you go there first and then this person is there, or, okay, you're with this person, this is connected to romance. The thing with you is that sometimes you kind of one step forward, two steps back, you procrastinate for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, like you'll procrastinate for like a year on easy, like it was a nap. Okay, on something that wasn't all that complicated. And you're like, a year? Oh, I didn't, oh, okay, a whole year, right?
Yeah.
So just move quickly, and then you will move quickly. Okay, so it looks real good. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I feel like I'm at a place that I've been dreaming of my whole life, and I don't, I'm so thankful for what I have, and I don't know why I'd think I'd want more, if that makes sense.
Is that a question? Congratulations!
I guess so.
You've arrived, right, Nirvana.
Maybe
but
my family
something's
life.
going on because you're still here, okay?
Yeah.
So you haven't graduated, so something's still, don't worry. There's more. Okay, so...
Family life. Like, I have everything I've ever wanted.
Yeah.
I'm exactly where I want to be.
Yeah.
But what makes me want more? Is that okay that
Because
I
you're
want more?
living, because you're on Earth. Like,
Yeah.
that's the attitude everybody should have. You know, is not that I need something more or I'm dissatisfied. It's this sense that we're not done yet, because you're not. So so look at it this way. And I do want to say I have two grandparents coming through. I'm not sure if they weren't super lovey-dovey or if they're not married, okay? I can't tell exactly what's going on. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And one feels like they may have had a lung problem or something. Like, I feel radiating pain going through the back. So we could have had an issue here, okay, before the passing. The idea here is this, and they're guiding you along in this. You need to look at life as though you signed a contract, okay? Things written within that contract are on deadline. You come to Earth to fulfill that contract. These are not things that can be done on the other side. So
Right.
there are certain things that we come to Earth to do. You're not done yet. And that's why you have this sense of like something more, something more, something more. It isn't like now that your family situation and your wealth, your prosperity is where it ideally needs to be for yourself, that you're done. There's still so much more to do. Now the big question is, what do I do with all this prosperity? How do I give it out to others?
Yeah.
So you could say that you've moved up to the next level, okay? And again, longer table, not a higher wall. And that's what most people do, is they're like, oh, well, I'm gonna protect it, and I'm gonna hoard it, and I'm gonna keep it to myself. At this point, start giving that love out. Your energy level and your vibration seems to be high enough too, where it's almost like I could see you giving it out through like exercise or coaching, or, you know, it's almost like you're working more on your own physical body. You're finding ways to give back, but in a sense of management, if that makes any sense. So I don't know what you do with your career, but it feels like you could be higher up. Okay, so make sure you're in charge and go out there and be in charge of helping other people. A little more progress with the work stuff, for sure.
Okay, good.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Hi, I guess I'm just wondering where I'm gonna be, like if I'm making the right decisions now for my future, and kind of where I'm gonna end up career-wise and family.
Okay, so where are you going to be? Are you making the right decisions for your future, career, family? That's a lot. Okay, what's your name?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. So what direction should Rebecca be going in? Let's just see what's going on. I feel like you need to do some self-healing. I feel like you need to do some healing of your heart. I feel like some things happened in a disappointing way in your past. And until we kind of release some of this, you're not fully coming into your power. I do see a guide stepping forward, giving you a feather on the right side of the hair, which is going to represent leadership potential. But right now you're kind of in a bit of a humble state about that. I feel like you step up to the plate and you're like, I got it. I know what I'm doing. Everybody should be listening to me. I'm type A. I got this. You know, let me tell you how this needs to be. And then I feel like you kind of recoil and you can get into a system, a pattern within yourself of feeling like frustrated and kind of cheated and irritable and like things aren't going my way. I feel emotional. Okay, so what I think is really going on is a need for a change in your perspective about what exactly you want to have and who you really are. If you believe that you are worthy, then go and get it and take it and hold it. So no more backing down. Okay, I'm looking at like a year and 3 months, and I feel you getting involved in like taking your money and investing it into something, okay? So that also seems like it's something you need to do instead of kind of just treading water on all of that. So keep that mindset. Even if it's something small, I do see a move also coming in. Are you in a relationship right now?
Yeah.
Darker haired guy? What's his name?
Silvio.
Silvio? Silvio. He has a lot to say. And then he's like very like sitting back, you know, just kind of observant. I get the feeling with you, it's kind of a push and pull. I feel like you're trying to pull something out of him. Okay, so funny that he kind of comes in and he's got a lot to say and then he has nothing to say and he just watches. Okay, so I feel, and while he's watching, I see you coming in and trying to pull more. I feel like, what if you took your hands off that and you didn't pull? What would he do then? Kind of interesting.
I couldn't believe just how right on point they got with just that short amount of time. I wasn't sure within that short amount of time if they were going to be able to connect with me so quickly, and especially with all this stuff going on. And they were right on right away, which I was amazed. I think I was most impressed with the different array of options we had available to us. It wasn't just the psychic mediumship. It was also tarot readings and Reiki practitioners and numerology readings. So there was just so many different things to choose from, which was really exciting. Interesting because there's 4 different parts and it focused on 4 main parts of my life. And every single piece, from relationships to finances to career to family, was pretty much exactly where I am, and it gave me like a past, present, and future, and it also gave me like pointers as to how to be most successful. So I think the thing that grabbed me the most was my finances, and she pulled that up right away and like actually gave me some strategies on how to be more successful in saving my money and working towards where I want to go. So I thought that was incredibly helpful.